Okay, so I sat down here today. Whoa, the whole camera just shook. Okay. I sat down here today to talk to you, peoples of the world, whoever is interested in hearing this, about depression. And I'm sure there's tons of videos probably out there. But I thought I'd just put my own little idea and stuff into it and explain it to you guys about what I think. And yeah, so let's begin. So basically, there's a time in everybody's life that you go through a depression stage, I guess. I mean, if you don't, and if you like are always happy, then cheers to that. Like, awesome for you, because I've never met a person that is completely happy, and if there is somebody out there, then that's just really awesome. Good for you that you're always happy and you've never been sad before. But I've been sad before. I've been like through depressing stages, and like felt where I just wanted to, die, which is terrible. It's a terrible experience, but it goes through a lot of people's heads, young or old, whatever. It goes through everybody, and I just want to talk about like strength, people's strength and insecurities, what causes people to commit suicide, which is a really scary thing to talk about, but just wanted to talk about that as well, and what goes on through like people's heads and everything. So this is basically just like my thoughts on it. Like I don't have anything. I'm not like a doctor or anything. I don't really know completely. It's just from my own experience and thoughts and what I've thought, like what I've been through basically. So what's to begin with? With being like normal. Like what's normal, honestly? So I was thinking, like, is there ever a really normal person? And like I kind of thought like, yeah, there is a normal person. Normal doesn't mean like ideal, like the perfect type of person out there, but there is normal people who live life where they can maintain their emotions and their feelings, and they can talk normally and feel good about themselves, and then feel sad about themselves, and they'll have bad days and they'll have good days, and they'll have, angry, excited days and whatever, but like they'll be able to maintain it. They're not like a constant sad person or a constant freaky happy person. There's gonna be like weighed out emotions. Everything's gonna be balanced the way it's supposed to be, and that I think is a normal person, and that's really cool. And I think it's good for them, good for those types of people. And what I think is that they have kind of like strength. They have strength to be able to balance that internal thing in them. And like that doesn't mean that they're completely confident and that normal people are perfect. Like they're not. They're gonna have unconfident days. They're gonna wake up gross, and we're gonna wake up like just feeling disgusting and like look disgusting and don't not want to talk to anybody. But then they'll have days where they do feel good and they do want to talk to people, and they'll work towards being happy, and that's like really a big deal. Like so like with depression, you're not able. Well, you are able. Everybody's capable to do everything, but you have a less amount of strength to work to be happy because you don't have that strength as much as other people do, and you still have that strength nonetheless. Every person has a certain strength to be confident, or else you wouldn't be in this world. If you're not breathing, whoa, if you're breathing, and if you're trying, and you're just being a subject in this world, part of this world, it just shows that you have strength, that you're caring, that you want to live. It just shows that you're capable of working. You have that some amount of happiness in you still, and there's never a point where you're not going to have that, or else you'd be dead. And people who commit suicide, they think that they don't have that strength, and they think they really are worthless, and it's terrible. It's so terrible to think like that. And there are times, where I would think like that, and it's really scary. But even when you are gone, there are people are gonna still look at you and like think like, wow, that person, like what she's been through, I'm gonna work on myself, to be happier and whatever. And like during your life and after your life, you're gonna be influencing people. People are going to know about you. You're going to make this mark on this world, whether you like it or not. You're part of this world, and that should be enough to have the strength to work towards yourself, to make you a happier person, and to make, and like YOLO, whatever, that you only live once. That's like stupid saying. It's true, because you do only live once, and like, you were put here for whatever reason. You don't know why. It doesn't matter. Just do, take in whatever you possibly can and let it go. Like, don't make it that life should be miserable, because you only have one life to live. And why not feel happy about it, instead of sad? Like, nobody wants to be sad. People naturally strive to be happy. So then I want to talk about basically why people are give in to depression. So like, you have a choice in life. When there comes a time when you're in a time of struggle, and you have this choice whether you want to be happy and work to fight for it, or you want to be sad. And obviously nobody's going to be stupid and pick, oh, I want to be sad because I just feel like being sad. No, you're going to like want to be happy. But it's more than that, because these emotions, happiness and sadness, they're big, powerful emotions. Happiness, is something, it's not easy to obtain happiness. It takes a lot of time and like hard work on yourself, internally and externally, whether you want to like give, or whether you want to like whatever, like do stuff for yourself, like write, like I don't know, if you like writing, you write poems and stuff to make yourself feel better internally, or like externally, such as like giving to charity. It makes you feel better. And that's working towards your happiness and working towards yourself and self-building. And the thing is that happiness is so hard. It's so like elusive. Like you can get it like sometimes, and then it like slips out of your hands. It's like really difficult to have, and that's like a very powerful emotion, because once you have it, once you build up to it and you get it, it's like, wow, that's cool. Like, I'm happy, and it feels so good, and it's a real long-lasting happiness. It's not like happiness like, oh my god, I bought a new shirt, this is so pretty, la la la, the next day, okay, I won't wear clothes, like you don't have, that's not like long-lasting happiness. There's like, I'm talking about true, serious happiness. So, I'm exaggerating, of course, with that clothes thing. I'm sure like you're gonna be obsessed for it for like a week with that shirt, but like, talking about like after a while, like it's not long-term happiness. It takes like, it goes away. So then there's another example about that idea about happiness is that it's like working out, kind of like you work out and you take hours and hours and hours to work out to get to this body that you want, and you put your strength, because you have that strength inside of you, and you're stronger than some might be to work out, and some might be lazy and sit down on their couch and eat chips all day. But for the people that do have strength and they do want to be part of this world, they want what they want for themselves, they work to that, and they work to be stronger and to get muscles, and it hurts, it hurts to work out, you're ripping your muscles, and it's strenuous and it's hard, and you're working up to get there, and then like, finally after all that time and effort, after like your muscles are all ripped, because like inside, I'm not going to get all technical, but like basically what happens with your muscles is that they rip, and then your muscles have to mend itself because you've been working on it, and then it's just like, it's hurt, like the muscle cells or whatever is hurt, and so then the muscle has to rebuild over itself, and not only is it just rebuilding itself, it's building twice as big, and then those muscles are getting twice as hard, so it may be hard, like twice as big. And so it may be hard, like in life, to like work hard to get to where you want to be. But like, not only do you look good, but like you feel good you feel proud of yourself from how all that time and effort you worked to exercise and to get there, and to even though it hurt to like rip your muscles and to get ripped and everything, like after time, like you see your muscles mended over twice as much muscles, and now you're bigger and stronger and everything, and you look good and you feel good. So it's harder. Happiness is not an easy emotion to obtain. It's not easy to hold on to. Like once you have happiness, it's going to be hard to hold. But it's definitely something worth trying to fight for, because why not? Like what else? what else can you possibly do except, depression? So that's another thing. So depression, the thing with depression is it's the opposite of happiness. Depression is so easy, such an easy emotion to get. And the thing about it, what's powerful about it is that not only is it easy, to give into depression, it's so hard to work for happiness, I'm just going to be depressed about it. And it's so easy, just to, be sad and everything. And the worst thing about it is that not only is that, but it starts a chain reaction, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and it's powerful, it's really strong and overwhelming, and it just takes over you, and you just feel constantly bad, and you want to do bad things to yourself, and and think about bad things, and it's really dangerous. It's scary. And so it's easier, and a lot of people, so you would think in life, when you're in that situation where oh, I hate my life, things are going terrible for me right now, you have that choice of being happy or sad. You can understand why people will take this easier road, the depression, instead of happiness. Even though everybody strives to be happy, it's just easier, and some people take it, and because they don't think they're strong enough, and they don't think they're capable of working hard, and it ends up being, we're an internal struggle, and everybody lives that internal struggle in life, because that's what life is about. So, lost my train of thought. All right. So how dangerous can depression be? It can be actually really scary, and everybody has those bad days. Talking about normal people, everybody has them. It's normal. It's completely healthy to have those bad days, but there are things that where it can get out of hand. It can get too much, and it can be really scary. And sometimes it can turn a normal person from being normal to be put into a mental hospital, because your brain, the concept of your brain and thoughts in psychological, what's going on in there, is so scary, because one thing can lead to another thing, to lead to lose your mind, to become so unhinged. And it's scary, because where your brain can have good thoughts and think about good things, it can also be the cause of your illness, and be cause of mental destruction to yourself. And it's just mind-boggling how it's a part of you, and how it can do something so destructive and be like a virus to your body, your own thoughts. So next thing I want to talk about is depression. So not depression, I just said depression. Bullying. And bullying has to do with depression. It has to do with unhappiness, and it's a big deal. So basically, I think bullies are unhappy with who they are, and they're unhappy with what they see in themselves, and they want to be happy, and so they create that illusion of desiring to be happy, and they put it upon somebody else. This is one only example of bullying. Bullying can come in many forms, in different ways. It could be where the person is something going on in his life, and he just wants to use another guy as a punching bag, as a stress reliever. But I'm talking about where this example, what I'm talking about is where the bully is envious of the bullyee, envious of the person he's bullying. And so basically what I'm saying is that lost my train of thought. Where he desires to be happy, and he sees it in somebody else. He forces that illusion that he wants to be happy, and he forces that illusion onto somebody else. And you don't know if this kid that he's bullying could be happy or sad. He could be terribly sad, and he could be completely happy, and he doesn't know. He doesn't care, because he's just pushing the illusion of what he wants on him, and it's like he's taking it out on himself. Really, when he's bullying somebody else, he's taking it out really on his own self, just to relieve his stress. And it's terrible, because the kid that's being bullied is going through an internal struggle and an external struggle, and it's really bad, and it's really, it's twice as hard as people who go through internal struggles. And I praise people who come out out of being bullied and are super happy. It's so amazing to see, because it's twice as hard to be happy from internal and external depression, where you're being bullied from the outside and from the inside. So from your being like you hate your own self and other people hate you, and it's just nothing is right. But like when people come out like really happy, it's just amazing to see that you still have that strong strength. You have that light inside of you. It's still that like is still there, and you can still prove to those people that you are worth it and you are worth this life that you have inside of you. And if you weren't worth it, then you wouldn't be there, and you wouldn't have that light, and you wouldn't have that strength, and you wouldn't have made that mark in this world. And you, like I said before, you make that mark whether you wanted to or not. And it's just, you should never stop like believing in yourself. And I like it sounds so preachy and everything, but it's true because indulge in yourself, because make yourself sound like better than what you are, because it's okay. It's okay to be self-indulgent sometimes. I mean, don't take it to like an extreme, try to balance yourself and work to that, because you need to know that there's people out there that are good and that they do care about you, and there's always, and if you feel like you don't have those people, you go out and you find those people worth it, that's worth fighting for, and not like live in a sulky life and you just want to kill yourself and all that stuff, because you have more meaning than that. And basically I could go on for like hours talking about this, and I have like this whole thing I'm probably gonna put up on a blog or something, but it's a big deal. It's like it goes on a lot. Like I see on Tumblr all the time pictures of like cutting and like why am I here, like saying all these terrible things like I want to die, and like seeing people put bullets through their head. It's like it's really sad, and I can understand, I can relate. So I'm just trying to get the message out there that you guys should be happy and you should feel worth something, because you are worth something. And love you. Oh, it's still recording.